made contact with the ball. So if you're a one-handed player, make sure that you just separate the arms and do not uncoil the shoulders until after you've made contact. It makes the shot a lot easier to hit. Of course, that was topspin from both players. 4-3, Sanchez Vicario, first set. 2 breaks of serve. They have been traded. Make that 4 breaks, actually. They have traded. 2 apiece.
And on that first point of the game, Sabatini had picked up the pace on her first serve. Be interesting to see what she does the rest of the game.
Sabatini tried to get ARANTXA off the net, but just couldn't get it behind her. ARANTXA's short. That's a good effort for her to be able to handle those lobs one after another like that. Without the natural advantage of height. That's a lovely touch.
Of course, you talk about short players being able to handle overhead, so Mary, you and I remember a player named Rosie Cassell.
Oh, man.
She could handle them all right. Of course, Rosie was about 5'1", I think.
She played with Wendy Turnbull. That was one of the shorter teams of all time. They were very tough, too.
What is it that makes Sabatini's forehand so special and gives her all the spin? Well, take a look here. You'll see how the way that she takes the racket back here. The elbow is bent as she takes it back. The racket gets right up in the air and now down in a circular motion and then finishes high. That's what gives her so much of the vicious spin that helps her so much on this court.
She had that one lined up, didn't she? Just a bit too anxious and brought that one long. But it was, again, her instincts are so good. She's looking for any kind of short ball to attack.
Something about that two-handed move that makes it easy to attack with. You have more control of the racket head, and you get a short ball. It's easy to whack it flat and come in. Good play. We're even in the first set, 4 games all. Thought that point was over. Sanchez Vicario, she's quick.
Well, Sabatini didn't quite hit that forehand volley hard enough. She certainly should have put a little more sting on the ball. Still was able to win the point. But interesting in that game, she definitely picked up the pace on the serve. She was hitting it much harder than she was in that stretch where she lost all the service games. Well, against a slower player, that angle from Sabatini's forehand would have been a good play, but ARANTXA's so quick, she was able to get over there and just fire it down the line.
Check up on him and see whether he's given Sanchez Vicario any
Oh, he's
advice.
been known to give some wild ones. Last year's U.S. Open, when he was coaching Hanuman Lakova, he gave a series of moves to her, finger moves, and she shook him off and said, "What? What did you just?" He went from 3 fingers to 2 fingers to a slide move.
Lomb.
She looks right up at him there. She's only about 15 feet from him at that point. Her brothers have both been caught getting coached by Pato Alvarez, their coach, too. Again, it's one of those things in Europe and South America. It's just not thought of as such a crime, even though it's illegal in the sport.
Game, Sanchez Vicario.
So Sanchez Vicario leads it by 5-4 in the first set. We'll be back.
Today we'll talk more about proper tennis procedures. Let's begin. Never try to hit too hard. In tennis, conservative attire is a must. Avoid overexcitement. Maybe we should go through this one more time.
As an actress, I learned how to shed tears on cue. But now my eyes don't make lots of tears. They get dry and itchy, so I use moisture drops. I tried other artificial tears, but only Moisture Drops has 3 lubricants that soothe, moisturize, and protect. When I tell you Moisture Drops lets me forget about my dry eyes, well, I'm not acting.
Ready, Miss Reynolds. Remember Moisture Drops by Bausch and Lomb. Forget about dry eyes.
Now I'm acting.
Volvo tournament from Monte Carlo, of course, this month, but in May it's the AT&T Challenge from the 3rd to the 6th, 4 days of coverage. Then the German Open from Hamburg, West Germany, semifinals and finals coverage. Then the Lufthansa Cup, a women's event from Berlin on May 20th, and our coverage of the French Open, 55 hours worth, will start on May 28th and not finish until June 8th. That's a time of the year that, of course, we all tremendously enjoy. This is Gabriela Sabatini serving to stay in the first set. She's down 4-5.
Sabatini's coach, Angel Jimenez, he's been known to give one or two signals in his career as well. He's sitting on the opposite side from where Sabatini's serving.
Yep, great shot. Think they should be allowed on court, Mary?
No, I'm dead set against the idea of legal coaching.
How about you, Pam?
I like this illegal coaching. I think it's more interesting. No, I feel strongly that my husband coached a world-class player for a couple of months, and their biggest single fight was that she wanted him to coach, and he said, "Hey, I'm supposed to coach you on the practice court. You walk out on the match court, and you're supposed to, you're on your own."
Pam, would you like to have somebody down there coaching?
Well, and there are times I would say that it's definitely a help, but let's face it, if someone wants to get coached, there's ways you can be coached and not be caught. I mean, just with the subtle signals and all that. But I'd say it's a disadvantage to the players who cannot afford to travel with a coach.
So when you voted on that issue in the WTA meetings, you were against it or for it?
I voted against it.
Make that 3 out of 3 then.
Yeah.
That's no fun. People in other sports, though, boy, they don't agree with that at all. They can't even understand why there's no coaching allowed in tennis.
I think the reason so many people like playing tennis is that, you know, you live and die on your own out there.
And there are 2 set points.
For Sanchez Vicario. One saved. Place is jammed. 5,000 people can be accommodated in this stadium court.
Got it. The last 3 times that Sabatini and Sanchez Vicario have played, the match has gone 3 sets. Sabatini hasn't played a 3-sitter yet this year on the Kraft General Foods World Tour. This looks like it's shaping into a 3-sitter. That's wide.
Oh, she got it.
No, it was wide.
It
Whoa!
Overruled. I thought it got to the line, man.
It's funny, we're both pretty much on that line.
Yeah.
I saw it the way Sabatini did. Wow, see now that's...
No, that shouldn't be a replay.
That was an unplayable shot.
Exactly.
That's what Sanchez is saying right now.
Yeah, and she's right. The only thing to decide now was whether Sabatini could have got to the point.
There's no way. Watch the way this thing bounces. It looks to me as though Sabatini didn't even have a shot at playing this point.
No, she
Look,
was
she was
out
way
of
off. She was way off the point. So this is a great break for Sabatini. Bad luck.
Bad
for
call
Arantxa.
from the chair. About that last point.
You mean the close call?
Yeah.
Well, I think it could have gone any one of 3 ways, depending on whether or not he decided to overrule it. But then once he did, he had to make a judgment call whether or not Sabatini could have made a play.
Exactly.
And she was close enough to the area of the ball that maybe he felt that she could have made a stab at it.
Okay. That explains it. I just didn't think she was. But it is a judgment call, as you said. Set point. Doesn't make any difference now, does it? First set to Sanchez Vicario as her coach watches. 6-4 first set. Tennis tournament coming to you from Amelia Island. Place to be in the springtime. Perfect weather here at this time of the year. Swimming, surfing. Well, it's a little cool in the water, actually. Then sailing. Tennis, of course, golf. A couple of great golf courses around here. Horseback riding on the beach. And
big Easter egg hunt tomorrow, too. 2 p.m. My kid's going to be there.
You can even go diving.
And there's also a 5-kilometer run tomorrow, an Easter run. And 6 years ago down here, I ran in that road race, the only road race of my life. I finished it, but I did not win it.
First game, second set.
that's a play that Sabatini likes. She likes to play the big, heavy topspinner, push the opponent in way back of the court, and then hit the drop shot. But Sanchez Vicario, being one of the fastest players on the tour, was able to handle it with ease.
The other thing that you can do here, by the way, as you watch game point here, first game, second set, is go to the Okefenokee swamp in Georgia. Just it's less than an hour's drive from here. I just like to say it, Okefenokee. I love it. You've got to bring your anti-noceum ointments, though. You get eaten alive. First game of the second set to Sanchez Vicario. She has won the first set 6-4, leads the second 1 game to love. We'll be back.
At 14, I hated my glasses. At 19, I switched to contacts after winning my gold medal. Now I'm too busy. Hi, sweetheart. I don't have time to take care of contacts every day. So I've taken the next step, to Sequence by Bausch & Lomb. They're disposable. No routine cleaning. They're always clear. You wear them about a week, then throw them away. And when I travel, this is all I take. Sequence by Bausch & Lomb. Contacts made simple.
Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. Wish I may, wish I might, have the wish I wish tonight.
The Starlight Foundation grants hundreds of wishes to seriously ill children. And now you can help Michelob make more wishes come true. Just look for this display.
Have the wish I wish tonight.
Well, we're going to see some reactions here from both players as Sabatini hits her big forehand topspin shot, comes to net, and then Sanchez runs for the drop shot that was played in that point. And as you can see, Sabatini is just walking off the court. And here was the shot that Sabatini played, the drop volley, and she knew right now that she didn't have a chance to win the point. And at this moment, Sanchez Vicario hasn't even played the shot.
1 game to love, second set. This is Sanchez Vicario serving. It's not indeed. It is Gabriela Sabatini serving to Sanchez Vicario.
She's getting outplayed. She's getting outthought. She's been gotten the jump on the short balls. She's in trouble, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because Sanchez is not slowing down in the least. Look at her still jumping around over there. She knows that this is her time. This could be her day. They're both taking their time after that rally.
Love 30. Break points, second game, second set, first set, Sanchez Vicario. She really does look like, as you said, Mary, she's in control of this thing. Breaker serve, second set.
And after that point was finished, after Sanchez Vicario hit the overhead winner, she gave her coach, Mike Estep, a look, and he nodded his approval. I think it's really good for ARANTXA to have a coach who's so into it. I think maybe one of the problems with Juan Nunez, she's a little bit more laid back, and maybe she was looking for someone to just sort of keep on her a little bit more.
Juan Nunez, her old coach, is still around. These old coaches never die. It seems they just get recycled. He's now coaching Andre Temeshwari.
15 love.
Well, they talked to a few people trying to find a new coach for Sanchez Vicario. One of them is Bob Carmichael of Australia. He considered it for a while, but he just didn't want to spend that much time on the road. And boys like this, tell you what, they're on the road as much as the players themselves.
Mike Estep has committed to being with ARANTXA every week, whether she's playing or practicing weeks until the U.S. Open. It's a big commitment.
If she hits drop shots like that between now and the U.S. Open, it's a joy to be the coach.
She's just doing everything, isn't she, Pam?
That's right. It's obvious that ARANTXA had a game plan in mind, and I'm not sure what Gabby has had. She's sort of mixed things up a bit and hasn't been very decisive at all.
Those people behind Sabatini in that shot, you can see this place is just jammed still. Excellent crowds here. Bausch and Lomb signed a new agreement with Capital Sports to continue to be a part of this championship, and by all accounts it will stay right here at Amelia Island.
And Bob Eriks and his group of Capital Sports, they entertain the players very well this week.
Sanchez Vicario has held on. It is 3 games to love and 1 set to love in this tournament. Semi-final of the women's singles.
There are several Mercedes-Benz dealerships in San Diego.
Coverage of the semi-final women's singles at the Bausch and Lomb on Amelia Island. Sabatini has lost the first set. Remember, she's the holder of this tournament. She's down 3 games to love. She's serving. It's only 1 serve break, but Sanchez Vicario looks like she's in a very aggressive mood at the moment. Trouble for Gabriela Sabatini. Love 3, second set.
This is going to be a long way back for Gabriela Sabatini. She's not even on the scoreboard in this second set, and for her to win this match, she's got to win at least 12 more games. Sanchez's loopy forehand Followed up by that one-hander when she stretched out wide, which is a great play. You have to hit with two hands. You just can't reach anywhere near as far.
Well, another breaker serve would probably do it, wouldn't he? Angel Jimenez, he's not too happy right now. Love 3, love 30. Oh, can't argue with that, though. That's too tough. Break point for 4 love. Coaches. Break point. Bounces that one out of the stadium. Take a look at her step there on the left. Little nod that
He nods more than any coach. He definitely nods more.
Noddy.
He's a naughty coach.
Still break point.
Wouldn't it be funny if you had a coach who, if you were playing badly, just slowly shook his head no? And that would be kind of fun to watch.
Or worse, got up and left.
That's long. Breaker serve. Pointing to the court in frustration is Gabriela Sabatini there just for the moment and not able to control the ball, something that Steffi Graf has had so much trouble with down here the last couple of matches that she's played. So Sanchez Vicario very much in control. 2 breaks, 4 love, second set, first set 6-4.
Broken string. Sabatini has the broken string, unable to control the volley. But she knew she had to get to net at least. That was her only hope.
Pam, isn't the other thing you've got to do is you've got to slice at that point because the topsman will fly on you, but she doesn't have much slice in her game, does she?
No, but she certainly breaks a lot of strings. She would break more strings than just about anyone on the tour because of the heavy topspin. Whereas I break strings about once every 2 years.
Boy, she's just doing everything. She's got all of her colors on. She's made Sabatini look slow, sluggish, and just, in general, just exasperated.
You know, I didn't predict a winner at the start of this match, but can I predict one now?
Oh, yeah, go for it, Pammy.
Really go out on a limb, Pam. There it is. Another winner from Sanchez Vicario.
Just on fire, moving beautifully from one end of the baseline to the other here. On her feet now, she takes a nice big swing at this for a winner.
Make it easy for you, Pam. Do you think that we'll see a rematch of last year's French Open final?
I think so, yes.
It was a historic match in a way, wasn't it? Because it was the only Grand Slam match that Graf lost.
Otherwise, she'd be 9 for 9 in Grand Slams. The last 9.
Off the line, bad bounce. But would it have made any difference? Who knows? Sanchez ahead.
Useful in the sun.
Sanchez Vicario in control, 6-4 and 5 games to love in the second set.
Thank you.
Earlier, Steffi Graf made her way to the final in 3 sets. Tough match for her over Natalia Sverova. She'll play the final at 4 p.m. Eastern Time today, Sunday, live on ESPN. Rematch points. Gee, what a one-sided match this has turned out to be after those trading those breaks in the first set. It has been from 4-all in the first. All Sanchez Vicario as a coach watches. Match point 3 of them. Fist of delight from Sanchez Vicario to her coach and entourage there. She's in the final, and in the final tomorrow or this afternoon at 4 o'clock Eastern Time, she will play against Steffi Graf for the lovely trophy that they have here and the $70,000 that goes to the winner. Sanchez Vicario in the final against Steffi Graf. Excellent performance for this fine young lady from Barcelona, Spain. We'll be back with more coverage.